Good morning. Welcome to the bar, or in the evening on the archive as well. Join me on the floor, and we'll start using our hands as we'll use our feet in our plie warm-up in a moment. Take your time. Come on down any way you choose. There's no wrong way for right now. Those hands, wrist extension, that flat foot on the floor. It's where we're going to get our power and our balance from at the bar. First, take your fingertips and press them into the floor. Whether it's your index or the middle that touches first, maybe articulate around and warm them up. As you're doing this, think of your fingers as your toes and your hands as your feet. Next, that demi-point position. Could you get that first knuckle push-up pressed into the floor? With the first knuckles pressed, fingers anchored heavy, it's the same as the toes and those demi-points. Then slowly press down those heels of the hands to have the full palm on the ground. Connect the heel, use a tripod in the hand. 1 point is the heel, 2 point pinky, 3 point through that index knuckle. And it's that same thing for the foot. Utilize the foot's tripod, open up that arch, and work on your strength for the low body. From here, let's just do some of those demi-point raises, if we will, where we'll press through the hands to get to the demi-point, or those first knuckles. Perhaps last one, and then flick it away, and then shake it out. From here, we'll just do our down dog transition on the way up after exploring our spine. Pack your shoulders, tuck your chin, pull on the abdominals, and for a couple repetitions, flex exclusively the lumbar spine. My spine is currently showing flexion, and I'll press the floor forward lightly with the hands, tipping my hips into the anterior position or my tailbone to the ceiling. Repeat a couple more. Isolate that it's that lumbar work, front abs doing the work, and then press away, extending. Repeat one more time. Pull together, flex that lumbar spine, press away, and return to place neutral, a place in between the exaggerated positions of the spine. Next, tuck a chin and pull the rib cage towards the hips. Make sure the shoulder blades are squeezed in retraction. Then press your sternum forward without changing the position of your head and repeat a couple more repetitions. The moderate movement here through that T-spine is beautiful, very difficult, and any other words that you can throw in there. So working through the T-spine where nothing moves in the lumbar or low back, and we're trying to move through the rib cage. Lastly, take a gentle look towards the ceiling with the head, neck, and extension, and then pull the crown of the head long, flexing the spine. Repeat a couple more. Casual extension of the spine, face forward or looking up, and then lengthen out the head, neck. From there, with our toes tucked, tailbone tilted to the ceiling now, let's press through the floor and get towards this modified down dog. Before we extend the knees, let's retilt that tailbone. Slowly now, press the heels towards the floor, extending through the knees, and perhaps pedaling those ankles just to have a little bit more of a shared load. With one or two more, take your time as we'll press ourselves up to either your fold or your hinge. Stand up tall. And just say good morning or good evening to your body today. Starting from standing, we'll start articulating through those feet just like we prepared those wrists. Warm up the wrists for planks, and we'll warm up those feet for our plies. With your stance, parallel for now, pull energy off the floor, flexing the hip and the knee, and then flex over the toe. Back to the toe point, demi-point next, drive the heel down. Repeat on the other side. Pull off the ground, demi-point to flex over, back to the toe point, back to the balls of feet, and then extend that hip, pressing down. One last time, demi-point, ball of feet to the point and flex. Enjoy the strength, enjoy that stretch, press the heel down to return. Last one, other side, pull off, demi-point to point, flexing over toes, point, ball of foot, and then full heel. Keeping your heels in the same place, and then the action up here in the femurs, externally rotate. And I have a really squeaky place on the floor, so I'm going to move just a little bit. Now that we're in that externally rotated or first position, repeat 2 repetitions per side, articulating through the foot, the ball, the point, the flex. Grow tall on this leg as we articulate the foot on the other. Squeeze or extend the right hip as you pull the foot off, flex over toes, and return to a full foot. Last time, pull that energy away, ankle bones pushing forward, avoiding those sickled ankles here as we can, pressing down, and then last time here, ball of foot, point, flex, point, ball, and down. From here, Tendu stance open to your second position, and then transfer weight to one side. Currently, I'm on my left. In that demi-point position for about 8 or 10 repetitions, my ballet instructor uses to pop the elastics off of your shoes. So think about pushing the shoelace part of your foot with that top arch away from the floor, feeling the knee maintain straight, the hips maintain their tension, and that burn that's going to start to happen down there if it hasn't already. Let's press that down, transition to the other side, extend those hips forward, balls of feet, pop those elastics, or where the shoelace component of the shoe is, push it away from the body. 8 or 10, squeeze this butt. Is this knee straight? There's so much to think about. Last 1 or 2. Then pull down, and then Tendu back in. Let that wiggle out. For the first part of the workout here, we'll do something from standing, whether it's with the assistance of the bar or in the middle. Then we'll go to the floor, do a high plank, and then a port de bras from standing. Our first transition to the floor today will be our forward fold. If we were to start with our head, neck, in extension, looking up at the ceiling, and then pull the crown of the head high, the chin low, and flex the spine. Stay in a phone booth or very tight quarters here as we're trying to keep the hips stacked over the feet, avoiding the hinge. Now from here, we'll walk out, nice and controlled through those arms to our high planks position. And with fingers rooted heavy like the warm-up, butt cheek squeezed, create tension for 10 seconds. Squeeze of the butt cheeks, pull the hands to the feet, brace the core for 3, 2, gently knees down. We'll do series of 2. Breathe in between those sets. Breathe while you're doing that exercise. And again, the high plank, screw the hands in for stability, lift the hips for strength on the abs, and then a butt squeeze, a core brace, pulling the hands to feet, feet to hands, and breathing. And then from here, slowly walk yourself back, feet to hands, hands to feet, and then flex the spine here, then extend, with the head and neck being the last thing to reach extension. Add your casual wiggle. We'll start our first port de bras series with our feet in first. So from your parallel stance, pivot on heels, assume your first position. Arms down low, together to the front, and then we'll trace as you open, look to one side. I'm choosing my right to go to those second position arms, and then nice and control all the way back through first. Repeat to the front, opening up, the shoulder blades sitting flush to the body, and then look the other way, and then down. We'll do that one more time each. To the front, open arms to second, tracing one side, chin might touch the clavicle, and through. And then last time, like we're in water here, nice and smooth as you can, and down, and back. And just finish with those shoulder blades set, butt cheek squeezed, rib cage engaged, wiggle it out then. That's our first work set. Come to the bar, and on our bar, we'll do our plie sets. Plies from first and second, little shake, and we'll do a different variation for 2 rounds of plies at the bar. To your first position, and hand could be on the hip, or out here tracing the movement as well. Keep the heels on the floor, pulling together. We descend into our first plie, and then extend. Repeat, pull down, that arm might come out front, and then extend out to the side next. Again, pull down, extend up, pull down, extend up. And for the last time, we'll pull ourselves down, pulling so deep that those heels actually lift off the floor, and then press down, open up here, and could we hold our first position balance? Keep your hand on the bar, keep your hand on your hip, hold for a couple seconds, and then 4, 3, 2, 1 down. Repeat the same thing in that second position. And I'm trying to avoid that place on the floor. From here, we'll pull ourselves down into our second position, plie, and stretch, butt cheek squeeze. Pull the heels together, descending, and then stretching to tall. Repeat, pulling ourselves down, pushing ourselves to tall, and then again to the front as we open. For the last one, repeat, pull low, and then gently pull those heels off the floor to get a little lower in that squat, and then press down, open up and stand tall. And then our second balance for today, hold for 4, 3, challenge those arm shapes, and then slowly return with straight knees and butt cheeks squeezed firm. Tendu, in, and just shake that out a little bit. I'm going to switch sides just for a little variation. What do you use for your balance aid? A chair, kitchen aid, balance, you name it. Here we go. This time, in first position, we're going to pull ourselves down, lift those heels, and stand up on a rise and down. Then we'll find our rise, and nice and control, pull ourselves down, connect heels as we stand. Let's repeat that twice more for 3 total reps. First, pull ourselves low, perhaps lower with the heels, and then staying on those demi points, we'll straighten and stretch, heels down, and then rise, hold together, descend, connect those heels, and extend through. One last time, pull down in your squat, lift the heels, press to tall, heels down, and find your balance. Pull together to control the descent, heels down, press away. Repeat that in our second position. From that bar, your feet are in first, open to second. I need to get closer to the bar. That's always something I need to work on in my own practice too. So let's pull those heels together. Then lift up and press to tall, reset. Lift, pull together, descending on demi, heels down, press tall. Repeat, come down, demi points, stretch, repeat down, and up, and pull together, descending, connect heels, press forward, and last time, pull down, demi point up, extend hips tall, reset, and balance. Pull with these adductors on the descent, heels heavy, push through, tendu. We're gonna call that one squats a la Lauryn because that was her idea. I threw that in there. And your hips are either gonna love or hate that one. You can blame Lauryn for that. So, second movement of getting down to the floor. First, the fold. Next, we'll call this one the telescope. With the face forward the whole time, the hips staying in the same place, extend the spine forward like that telescope. And then just return back to tall. Repeat once or twice again. Sternum forward. Chin is on a serving tray or a same level throughout the movement for now. And then pull in. For our third and final rep, repeat the same thing, but then flex or fold to get into your folding position. So, faces forward. Then slowly I'll start rounding through my low back first. Then it travels to the upper back, finishing with the head and neck. From there, walk out, assemble yourself in your high planks position, and join me in a modification from the knees if you need, or a 3-point plank. For those in the 3-point, let's start 7 seconds of pulling. For those of you on 4 or 6 points, keep it going. We're going to switch for 5 more seconds here. Is your butt cheek squeezed? Is your toe pointed? 3 and 2 and down. Whew. Take a quick moment off. I probably, like so many others, have been watching that Disney Point series, and it is quite incredible. One of those people, Ruby in particular, said the list always changes. There's always a list. There is always a list. So what's your list in your high plank here? Mine is going to be 5 seconds of creating ultimate tension with my toe point, my core brace, maintaining breathing. And I'm going to switch, replicate that same standard on the other side, my toe point, pull into the floor for 2, 1, down, and then nice and control, walk yourself to the fold, and then come on up in that reverse fold, finishing with the head neck forward, and open those shoulders. Right on. Assemble the feet in first, open up to then second. From here, we'll progress that port de bras towards overhead. Same thing, trace the hands. So from first or center, we'll go up in the middle, and then open to the side, and repeat down. Looking up this time, tracing the other hand, overhead, those little mirrors again facing you, and then look out to the hand, and then down. Repeating 2 more, up, towards overhead, out to the right side, looking at the side wall, and then looking at the floor. And then last time, towards overhead here, to the side, and then down. Wiggle it, right on. Let's go back to the bar for a quick set of tendus and dégages. Tendu and dégage. From standing, press the foot forward, pointing the toe. Pull it along the floor. Then reach out to the side with the inseam facing forward, finishing with your toe point, and then pull in to center. Repeat to the back, tracing that midline, slightly reaching to the other side of center if allowed, and then flex over the toes and under. Now let's repeat that from our first position. In first, hips forward, rib cage down, tendu action front, and then pull underneath, knees straight. Out to the side, and then pull under, growing taller every time. And then reaching to the back, hips forward, legs to the rear, and then under. We'll repeat 1 more time to the front, and center, and then the side, and under, and to the back. Repeat in first. Switching sides, turn around, perform that same movement on the other side. 3 times each direction, front, side, and back. From parallel first to the front, externally rotating in that hip and pulling under. And then to the side and under. And then to the back, trying to get the foot on the other side of the standing foot a little bit. And then under. As allowed, open up to that first position and repeat. To the front, externally rotated in the hip and under. To the side, hips staying level, core staying braced and tall, under, and then to the back with those hips forward and under. Repeat 1 last time to the front with straight knees. Squeeze the standing leg butt cheek, extend the hip forward to return the leg out to the side, reach tall, send energy out, and then pull along the floor to center. And then last time behind, try to cross that midline, nice and tall, pull under. That's the set. Switching sides, and this time for only 1 set of 3s each, a dégagé of the same thing. Use the energy in the floor to pop off, not necessarily high, but press into the floor, okay? To the front, to the side, to the back. 3 to the front, 3 to the side, 3 to the back. Let's start from parallel first. So in 3, 2, 1, and front, under, rest. Side, under, rest. To the back, back, under, back, flick the toes, back, and rest. Open up to first, repeat one last time, to the front, and rest, side, and rest, back, back. That's a hard one, always, and rest. Okay, one last time on that other leg. The stability leg, cramp it, make it work. That moving leg, gesture leg, that's gonna feel the nice burn too. So from parallel first, 3 to the front, 3 to the side, and then back. In 3, 2, 1, and front, and rest. Side, and rest. Back, back. Try to cross that midline, 3, and rest. Let's open up to first, repeat the same, and go to the front, and rest. Side, and rest. And behind, and rest. Right on to the floor. Let's do our fold this time, starting with the head neck in light extension or looking up at the ceiling. Counter head high, chin low, as we pull and flex that rib cage and spine onto the hips. Try to avoid those hips going backwards. Stay stacked over top. Walk out to your high plank. Repeat. High plank modifications include 6 points or from the knees, 2 points. Ooh, that's a tough one. But 4 points or 3 points. Here we go. I'm going to start in 3 for 5 seconds, pulling hands, cramping glutes, pointing toes. 3, 2. Let's switch. Point the toe, squeeze the glutes, buttocks, rib connections all over the place. Down and relax. Those are really tiring. Interval your plank for tension. Read an article yesterday about someone doing planks for 5 minutes every day. One go, 5 minutes. Interval that. High tension, relaxation. High tension, relaxation. So it makes the movement, and that's what we like to practice here. So one more time, 5 seconds on each leg or 10 seconds total. Go. Pull the hands together, squeeze the buttocks, and then down. And last switch for those who are, is that straight leg out the back, hugging center. Point energy, put it down, and then reverse your steps, folding up. Take your time to stand. And then shake. Rond de jambe time at that bar. So here we are back at the bar. Work from first or from that parallel position or from our first. I'll show my first set in parallel. The second set, I'll be in my first position. Rond de jambe, let's connect that tendu exercise from the front and then along the floor, reach out to the side, maintaining contact with the floor, reach out to the back, and then flex under the hip, growing tall. Repeat to the other side. Extension or back first. Open up out of that hip socket, reaching to the side second, then to the front, and then under. Twice in a row, challenge your feet. Perhaps this time work from that externally rotated or first position. Well, first and tall, reach to the front, open to the side, and then round the front. Nice and control, hug center, underneath, finish, and first give it a little check, and then return to the back with those hips forward, glutes squeezed, to the back, and then to the side. From the side to the front, close, finishing in a tall first. Not bad, all right. Other side, my ballet instructor might have something else to say about that, but I was happy with how that started and finished. First set again for me from parallel, and the second set I'll turn out. Tall, we're butt squeezing. We'll reach a single leg forward and then open up to the side. High tension through those hips, reaching that circle around to the back, and then grow tall always as you flex that hip under. Repeat, extension to the back, open to the side, reaching for those corners of the room as you go from the side to then the front and under. Open up your stance if you feel safe and strong, from first to the front. That's front. Then out to the side. Back corner reach. Stay tall in those hips. Hug center and bring straight legs underneath. Repeat the last time in that hip extension to the back, externally rotating out to the corner, to the side, to the front corner, to the front, and then finish underneath. We're going to take a break off the low body for a second and just get into a nice upper back port de bras, or rotation of the ribs. With your bar, or from a kneeling or a standing position, follow along. First, arms down low. Start with your chin tuck. Nice and control, chin tuck down. Reach away from a bar, or in this case, I'm going to go to my left. And then I'm going to do a little bit of that high jump exercise out the back. And then I'll bend towards that bar side here. And then nice and control to center. And then finish tall. Let's repeat again, going the other direction first. Start with the head chin tuck tall. Nice and control, flex. Flex forward. This time, reach away. And then up and over to that back corner. The arms are really in the same position, I hope. And then from there, we'll roll back to center. This time, let's go to the bar and try to let the arm carry us through a little bit of that as well. So from your parallel or your first position, start low and start flexing the spine forward. Here, I'll reach to the bar. My arm will stay over my body, so my shoulder or armpit is down. As I reach out the back and open up to that corner. And then roll to center and extend back tall. Repeat the alternate direction one more time. The chin tuck, the down, the away from the bar this time, and the armpit stays low as we lift through those obliques to lift that arm up and over to our side bend, and then nice and control, rolling forward and tall. Switch your side. I'm going to switch over to here, and we'll repeat that same thing one more time. With arm in first, that flexion of the spine going forward, and we'll reach to the bar first this time. Reaching to the bar, armpit staying low, elbows staying soft, back bend through the upper back, and then opening up to the new corner, and then rotating to center, and then flex, and reach away from the bar this time. And armpit stays low as we reach up and over through the back to that new corner with our side bend over the body. And then a nice control round to center and then extend. I love that upper back T-spine rib roll. Incorporating that arm is challenging, but work on that nice upper back mobility to help the shoulders and to stay strong. 2 exercises to finish. One's going to be quick, and then the last one will be slow. Grab onto the bar for balance. Stand nice and tall. Darn it! Still live, so I'm not going to swear. I lost my camera. I had a couple more movements for you today. Thank you so much for joining. We'll be back on Thursdays live for Barre class at 8 in the morning and in the archive thereafter. Thank you so much again for joining me at today's practice. I've had a great time and look forward to doing it again, where we can stay strong, we'll train soon, and encourage you to take care. Have a good day. Bye.